back to another episode of NestGen Xpress. We are here with the CEO of Unmanned Vehicle Technologies, or UVT, Mr. Chris Fink. Chris, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jason. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. This is going to be a good one. I just know it. I feel it. So let's get you in, because you guys do a lot with utilities, and you do a lot with a lot of other vertical markets. Let's talk about utilities for a second. So how do automated drones fit into the broader trend of digital transformation that's happening in the utility industry? And what role do they play in enabling the collection and analysis of large volumes of data?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, it's top of mind for everybody. Digital transformation is not new. Drones are pivotal to that. Drones and robotics, right? Not just in the air, in the ground, the water, the sea, everywhere, underground, in pipes, in tunnels, etc. I think they're pivotal. I think honestly, in the next couple of years, they're going to become almost a requirement for this digital twinning, sort of model that everybody's going after, right? We can set a drone out. Humans don't have to be involved, obviously, with proper waivers. But once you alleviate that human component, they're going to be critical to everything, right? They're going to be sending a drone out to do a solar array inspection. That data then automatically gets uploaded. No human involvement at all. Yeah. Maybe even the data crunching by like Raptor Maps or Pix or whoever else, drone deploy. You remove that human element, not just removing it, I guess, but reallocating it, right? So that human resource then moves to that work that O&M guy's doing, or the GIS work that somebody else is doing. They're not having to worry about, oh, did I swap my batteries? Are my batteries dead? Do I need to get a new drone? Is my dock working? And then also you take all the camera technology, right? You're able to create actual replica digital information of assets. So you could create substation maps and create T&D, transmission distribution asset inspection, right? Create those models to then just take further action on that data. Drones aren't sexy anymore. Nobody cares about the hardware. It's about that data, right? What's that deliverable going to be? And drones are the key to getting that deliverable.
Oh, be still my heart. Yes, no, drones are cool. But the data is the sexy part. I 100% agree with you. So a serious question. So how do we address the potential for drones to become sentient during automated utility inspections and start exhibiting behaviors like boredom, curiosity, or even a sense of humor? Are we ready for drones with personalities?
What scares me more is the robot dog that was just walking around. I get asked all the time with our robot dogs, hey, can you just kind of give it a kick? What does it do if you kick it? And I tell it, I'm like, listen, at some point the robot's going to kick back. I don't want it to do that. Drones don't get tired. They're going to fight longer than I can fight. I do think it's interesting though, because even just watching a solar array from a docked drone, after 10, 20 rows, my eyes are just like, I'm, blinking really quickly, but the drone's just out there doing it. And I think it's a great question. I think truly that's the benefit of a drone, right? Sure. You get that same deliverable every single time. It's not going to get bored. It's not going to get tired. It's hopefully not going to fight back. It's going to go back home to its dock through whatever system you're using, go to sleep, wake up again the next day, and go right back to work and do the exact same thing.
Absolutely. So, I mean, they go home to the missus, maybe put a mini drone in there.
Yeah.
They could watch movies with the kids.
Yeah, brush off its props, kind of
Netflix and chill.
Yeah. Close its motor arms for a little bit, take a load off.
Absolutely. So, it's probably one of the most fun interviews, hopefully. So, let's see. So, another question. So, how can automated drone technology be integrated into other smart grid solutions? It's a pretty big keyword in the utility industry, smart grid, such as IoT sensors or advanced data analytics, to create a seamless and holistic utility management system. I'm actually curious about this.
That's a great question. I wish I had all the answers. I've got some thoughts at least.
You'd be a bazillionaire.
I would be a good chillionaire. I'm not sure if that's bigger or smaller, but it's going to be a lot of money. No, I think it's critical, right? So you've got SCADA systems already out there in use. SCADA is kind of one of those key words. It's all about mitigating your SAIDI and SAFE metrics. So you've already got these systems out there. If, my Ozarks Electric, shout out, they're my local cooperative. If my power goes out of my house, they probably already know about that. Now, they may not know what pole is down. Sure. It was a squirrel that got fried. It was a lightning storm, whatever. But they know, generally speaking, this whole neighborhood's without power. It's going to be critical to take that data that they already have, maybe refine it a little bit, put it to a different language, and then send it to that drone dock and say, hey, drone, I've got an outage in this radius. Go tell me where that outage is. Is it a squirrel that got fried? Is there a pole down, et cetera? And you can combine that with other imaging systems, right? We've got a lot of substations have thermal and visual cameras already installed. Mm-hmm. Right now, they're being monitored only if necessary, but what if that camera was used to then trigger something and say, hey, there's an intruder, send out the robot dog. Hey, there's I'm sensing a heat signature on the other side of the substation. What is that?
Yeah.
So integrating all of those things to create that smart grid to once again reallocate the human resource and really kind of refine how we're spending our time, the human time, to make that grid, that infrastructure, that asset more safe and efficient.
Absolutely. I think effectiveness, efficiency, those are words that come to mind when you thought about smart grid and the integration of all of this IoT, because drone's still just an IoT device if used the right way. Absolutely.
So it goes back to the 3Ds, right? Don't dangerous or dirty. We don't want to do it. We got to make it efficient.
Exactly. That's why we have robot dogs. Okay. That freak out regular dogs. There was a regular dog here, and he was barking the hell out of me. Like, I don't know what that is. So another serious question. So in the context of automated drones for utility inspections, can you share some of the weirdest or funniest drone names that you've come across? I don't know, something like Sparky or Ziggy Stardust drone.
We've had a couple. I would say Sparkle Farts was one of the best ones. Also, Red 5, which if you're a Star Wars fan, Red 5. Yep. And then Supreme Leader. Now, of course, that's the M300 because it's the leader of the mothership. We've had Death Star for one of our dock names.
Obviously.
Yeah, Chief Docker, all kinds of things. So, yeah, there's some that I won't say publicly, but I think you know who you are.
I think we do. Okay, so as the adoption of automated drones for utility inspections continues to grow, what opportunities and challenges do you see for collaboration between the utility companies, drone manufacturers, and all the other stakeholders to further advance this technology?
Yeah, I mean, where do I start, right? I think, honestly, this event at Exponential here in Denver is a great example. I mean, you see end users, you see partners, you see business owners, you see industry experts, you see influencers such as yourself. We already had that conversation. I didn't get an invite to the influencer party, but maybe next year. So we see all these people walking around, right? Understanding, hey, this market is huge. If you've never come to one of those shows and you're just a utility guy and you just go to work and you do your O&M work or whatever, you may not realize all the different options that are out there.
It's true.
It's absolutely critical for electric co-ops, energy generation companies, construction companies to send your people out there. Go, spread your wings and fly, walk, swim, whatever it is, and find the drones and robots and cameras and parts and servos and IoT devices that work. There's got to be that collaboration there. And then we also can't have siloed information, right? We find that a lot in government where you've got police is doing one thing and fire might be like, oh, that's cool, but I'm not going to have to talk to them about it, but I'm going to go do it myself. We can't have that silo, especially utility, right? I mean, we all need power. We all know what that's like. There's no real competition. It's not like they're going to go and convince me to move to a different house because the other co-op's cooler, although Ozarks Go is pretty awesome. But I'm just saying, you've got to have that collaboration and you got to share all your resources. Don't reinvent the wheel. Learn from each other, make the industry better, and then we're all going to be the cajillionaires.
Cajillionaires. You heard it here, folks. We're all going to be cajillionaires. So I hope that's going to be amazing for all of you. Chris, this has been a great interview. Had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining the show. I look forward to the next episode because that is my last episode for the day. But that being said, this has been a great show, great conference, Exponential, Day 2, NestGen, we're at NestGen Xpress. This is going to be on Flight Now TV. You'll be able to catch it out after the conference, and we'll catch you all in the next episode. Bye now.